Nobody expects anything like this to happen, let alone the attention that it's gotten. It's very surreal.
Can you tell us a little bit about your daughter?
March 25th, 2022. Can you describe Gabby as a person?
Well, you look like you're about her age, right?
22.
22. Very free-spirited. She's an amazing artist. Just the type of person that didn't like to be told no. She set her mind on something. She went for it. She did it. She didn't care what anybody else said. So, I think most parents, like we did at first, were skeptical of this whole road trip idea. We kind of told her, like, maybe you should wait, go to school, but she was like, nope, it's what I want to do. And she did it, and she was going to be very successful. I seen, her video was amazing, and I'm so glad we have that.
What was your relationship like with Gabby?
Typical mother-daughter relationship, ups and downs. She was a good kid. She made plenty of mistakes, just like all teenagers do, but we got through everything. And she was just so free-spirited. She was ready to go, I think, before she was even 18. I think she wished she could travel the world. So yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite memory with her?
There's so many. I loved when we would sit down and just draw together, and then we would talk about stuff. That was just something simple, because I was an artist as well. So it was nice to be able to connect that way.
I would love to talk about the Gabby Petito Foundation. Can you describe the purpose of the foundation?
I instantly knew I needed to do something, because I know that there's probably thousands of other people in similar situations, and people need help. And I wanted to prevent this from happening to someone else. So I think our goal is to eventually have education in all the schools and for prevention of this happening. Let's teach the kids young how to have value and self-worth, and learn how to be treated and how to treat others, just down to kind of the mental health aspect of it. That's our biggest goal, is prevention. And we want to help missing people as well. What we went through to report her missing was a struggle. I know that we're not the only ones to report somebody missing who's an adult, who doesn't have a medical issue or a mental health issue. They have alerts for them, but they don't have alerts for just an average missing adult. That needs to change. There needs to be some kind of system in place for that.
What made you and the rest of your family decide to create this together?
I think they have the same vision I did. I think that we all came together and were like, we can't let her death be in vain. We need to prevent this from happening again. And everybody is equal to us. We want to help everyone. Her story just got big because, not just because she was a pretty blue-eyed, blonde-haired girl, but I think she just touched people with her energy. And I always believe in a higher purpose. And I think that there was a reason for her story to touch people. We've already gotten so many messages and letters from people that say that Gabby has helped them. Not necessarily that we have, but even just Gabby helped them. So we're very proud of that.
What are your hopes for the future of the foundation?
I have big dreams. I think it's going to be a lot of work and take a lot of years, but I'm very patient. I think one day I'd like to have a Gabby's house, like a domestic violence shelter, maybe nationally or maybe worldwide even, would be amazing. I have this vision of, my husband joining forces with search and rescue teams across the country and just being out there helping those people. He's a fireman, so that's his thing. And we want to be able to help people individually, even at some point. I know now we kind of support other organizations because we don't want to reinvent the wheel. But I think once we're educated and we learn and we start to be able to get out there and do things, and I want to be able to go to conferences and schools and talk to these kids and help prevent this from happening.
What other organizations are you guys connected to?
We have kind of partnered up with the Aware Foundation. They're amazing. We connected with Safe Spaces in Florida. It's a domestic violence shelter. Then here in Long Island, there's a Vibes. They're another organization that really helps people get out of situations, and they focus on every aspect. They get you therapy and help you get jobs, whatever it is you need. And of course, the domestic violence hotline was a huge one. We hope to help police officers get, training, but also just help them have someone that maybe they could call, like an expert, to come to these calls. They go to domestic violence calls. It's the most dangerous and the most frequent call that they have.
What has it been like for you to see the support from around the world?
It's surreal. It's not something I expected, but like I said, I believe everything happens for a reason. So it's like my job now. I just feel like it's my purpose, and I gotta go with it. And I'll do whatever it is I can.
Do you have any words for other families going through similar situations?
It's so hard until you're in it, but as far as starting out with reporting somebody missing, it's don't give up. You have to kind of be your own advocate. You have to get out there, post the pictures, just don't stop, don't listen to, if one police officer or detective says no to you, just keep going and somebody will listen. We had that. It took a few days, but we had a wonderful detective finally listen to me and take my story. That night, they found out what was going on. So just keep going. And if you lose someone to domestic violence, it's not easy. Just, you got to try to move forward and see where you can maybe help others in some way. Maybe you can share your story. If that, it's as simple as that, sharing your story and looking back and saying, did I see red flags? If you could share stories of red flags, it can really help other people.
In your opinion, what made Gabby's case gain the attention it has?
It's so hard to answer that. I think a lot of it had to do with the circumstances and me pushing it out so quickly on social media. I think I was really just, please share, please share, please share. And then it just got picked up by like local media, and then it just spread rapidly. But the circumstances of him being home with the van, her being left out in who knows where, in the West, and it was just like a weird case. So, and then just having her being on social media already, that's huge. Like, people got to see who she was. Then when the Moab video came out, I think people got to really see who she was. Like, oh, people's lives aren't perfect on social media. This is like real life. And they got to kind of see all those different aspects. So definitely think it was the circumstances, but I would hope that all missing persons get treated the same way. I mean, their faces should be blasted until they're found. And that's why we need a lot of people helping. We need volunteers. We need people looking. Social media can be used for that. And I think that's a good thing.
Did you know that Gabby wanted to be an influencer before the trip?
Yes. She was like, that's it. I'm going to be a van lifer. I actually bought her the drone. She's like, I need a drone. I can't make good videos without a drone. So I was like, okay. So her birthday was coming up. I just said, all right, I'm going to buy you a drone. And she just used it. And I couldn't believe how good her very first video was. I was just like, wow, she's going to be big. I actually made a joke. I said, when you get huge on YouTube, just remember your family, like, because I knew she was gonna be huge.
Can people donate to the Gabby Petito Foundation?
Of course, they can go to GabbyPetitoFoundation.org and just scroll down. There's a big donate button, and it's pretty easy. It's through PayPal, so it's safe.